And actually, I was going to save it for later, but I'll mention it now. I said it before on a post on my channel in the discussions part. My number one flat earther, bar none, and definitely he needs more subscribers. He has about 22,000. He deserves a lot more. He's a real independent guy, has his own mind. He doesn't have, I don't believe, friction with too many people on as far as the flat earth side of things, but he's definitely pointed out some shills, and we'll get into that later. Um, it's Flat Earth Banjo. He's a Brazilian that lives in Japan. He does a lot of networking, and definitely I'm gonna show his channel later on, and definitely if someone can put a link to Flat Earth Banjo's channel, and if you're not subscribed, definitely do so because again, I really appreciate and respect people like him. I mean, he's the one that goes the extra mile. He's not the one like, and I kind of put myself in the same boat where we're out there having our own investigations. We're not waiting for someone to find out the information. We're out there, just like with my Polaris video, a lot of things, over the years, with OJ, with what happened in LA with RK. I'll just say his initials RK. Um, you know, this is off topic with flat Earth, but as a not only a flat earther but as a truther, digging for information, not waiting for others to do it. Looking at old clips. We're seeing how they're fabricating a lot of things um, over the years. I'm saying, like myself, I say, wait a second, let's take a look back, and I go back to, old clips with old news stories. I'm just investigating, looking for things, looking for, and that's what I found. That's how I found a lot of things, knowing they're just not fabricating what's happening currently, but of course, what's going on in the past. All right, let's take a look at this. All right, what does this say? Just in Brazil alone, 11 million flat earthers in Brazil alone. Again, imagine with Brazil, 11 million, you put the combined world together, how many flat earthers? It's a lot. There's millions upon millions of flat earthers. So just again, Brazil alone, 11 million. So that gets to the topic. This is a good segue to what I want to screen share next. Let me stop this momentarily. Yeah, here we go. I found it. All right. So this is what I want to discuss, and I mentioned him earlier. Hopefully, you guys can see that okay. All right. And this is the individual I talked about earlier. He's been around for a good amount of time. He's talking about Brazil. This is why I said it's a good segue. This man here, his name is Eddie. He's a Brazilian living in Japan. To me, he is the number one flat earth researcher, bar none. He does things, he looks at things at a different angle. And he's obviously, from his header, a biblical guy. Um, we might not agree on everything 1,000,000%, 100%. He kind of like, he'll like not be like me as much as being a quote hothead that people accuse me of. But what I'm getting at is, yeah, he might deal with people that I don't care for too much. But again, I'm not going to let that affect his work, because he puts out tremendous work and definitely believes in the biblical firmament. He believes in the, as you see, right above his avatar, this, like it says in Isaiah, the circle of the earth. Of course, there's four corners, like the Bible says. And yeah, and let's take a look here. One of his proofs of flat earth. I'm just going to show a screenshot, and you definitely should subscribe to his channel and watch his content. Let me just close that one out and show another page. Let me see here. All right. And actually, we corresponded back and forth under this video. And I put some Bible. Let me actually show it first before I even go forward. So yeah, this video that he put out, let me see here. Make sure it's showing up first on my side and everybody's side. Okay, this video that he put out September 13th, and I actually commented underneath here. Yeah, you see, like I said here, hopefully you guys can see that good. It might be hard to see, but anyways, I say, great job as always. To me, you're the number one flat Earth researcher. And what I'm getting at is the title of this video: "Full Moon Seen in Japan, Brazil Simultaneously Destroys Globe Model." So again, he has family in Japan. I'm sorry, he's in Japan. He has family in Brazil. I think it's his sister. But what I'm getting at is, so he's in Japan. He has family in Brazil, and definitely this destroys the globe, because this can't happen with, obviously, you know, Japan and Brazil and being, quote, the opposite sides of the globe, and right here. So this is a good video. Definitely take a look. And there's other work, of course, as well. And let me stop that one and go to, again, his other page there. This will be the last share I do. Then I'll check comments. All right, let's go to this one here again. Yeah, so here's his header, and there you go. And definitely, what I'm getting at is this guy's been consistent for the longest time. And people always ask me who do I recommend, which channels do I recommend, and I rarely do that, because you, know, you can watch someone for a while and they look okay, and then later on they take a 180. They're not what they present. They're not what they're presented. But I'm confident in Eddie in Flat Earth Banjo in Japan with his work. He's been consistent, and I think he started making Flat Earth videos a year after me in 2016. But to me, like I said, Noah's as methodical, as thorough, as researched as he is. And again, I'm going to put this out flatly, pun intended. You watch people like Jaron or David Weiss, don't like maybe mention them here or there, but no, they'll like promote people that are selling hats, hats with these flashing logos like before each video. But this guy's putting out real solid content. I mean, undeniable proof of flat Earth, and he gets like a blip in the radar. And that's just my perspective. I know Eddie has done shows with them in the past, but very little. I mean, he deserves way more than 22,000 subscribers. Is what I'm getting at. So he's definitely, again, the number one flat Earth researcher in my book. And yeah, I want to thank Eddie for all of his work, and maybe one of these days I'll have Eddie as a guest on my channel, and with his journey with flat Earth, and it's well deserved. So hopefully, Eddie, I'm sure this will be passed on to you. And if you're not watching out, because I know in Japan it's really, really early. But anyways, brother, you're always welcome as a guest on my platform, and to discuss many things on the flat Earth topic. And definitely subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. And on that note, I'm going to take a look at the chat, because I've been going on and on for quite a bit. And definitely take a look and subscribe once again, like I said, to his channel if you haven't already. Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that. I should have mentioned that too. The Flat Earth Warriors. He has, obviously, and I should have mentioned it, he has a book out on Flight Pass that obviously prove the flat Earth. For example, I'll just say it right now. On the globe model, and I should show an image, but I'll just say it, because I've been keep going back and forth with the share. But on the globe model, when you fly from Sao Paulo, Brazil, to say, like, for example, LA, Los Angeles, on the globe model, you should pass over Mexico. But he's flown, and he says you don't fly over Mexico. You go over like the Gulf of Mexico, like Cuba, that area, Puerto Rico, and you take a totally different path than on the globe. So there's many proofs of the flat Earth, and there's so much proof the globe is nonsense. And he does an excellent job on that. I'm definitely going to again do a video myself on proving without a shadow of a doubt that the biblical flat Earth model with the circling sun is the 100% obvious fact, and not just from the Bible, of course, the Bible is the truth, but validating in the real world. So what the Bible says matches our reality, and I'm going to show that in a video presentation very soon.
There is nothing you cannot be. There's nothing you cannot do. There's nothing you cannot have. You are the most magnificent, the most remarkable, the most splendid being God has ever created. Who could reject such wondrous magnificence? But you do not know who you are. And you think you are a great deal less. I tell you this, you are your own rule maker. You set the guidelines, and you decide how well you have done, how well you are doing. For you are the one who's decided who and what you really are, and who you want to be. The process of creation starts with thought, an idea, conception, visualization. Everything you see was once someone's idea. Nothing exists in your world that did not first exist as pure thought. Next comes the word. Everything you say is a thought expressed. It is created and sends forth creative energy into the universe. Next comes action. Actions are words moving. Words are thoughts expressed. Thoughts are ideas formed. Go first to your highest thought about yourself. Imagine the you that you would be if you lived that thought every day. Imagine what you would think, do, and say, and how you would respond to what others do and say. This whole process is a massive move to consciousness. What you will find out if you undertake this challenge is that you've spent half your life unconscious. That is to say, unaware on a conscious level of what you are choosing in the way of thoughts, words, and deeds until you experience the aftermath of them. Then when you experience these results, you deny that your thoughts, words, and deeds had anything to do with them.
I want to remind you to continue to dream and dream big.